Thank you, Monica, and thank you everybody for having come here today to listen to us and to listen and to exchange with us about the work that we have done during the last 2 to 3 years about this project. So Iridi is a dissemination platform and aggregation and hosting platform. It's the web address is www.iridi.org. It's a consortium founded by 3 Canadian universities and led by University of Montreal, where we are located. And it has been built in 1998 around the journals of the presses of the University of Montreal. There were 5 journals that wanted to do the switch at that time to the digital world, and that was the beginning of Iridi. And we are today with about 150 Canadian scholarly journals and cultural journals, mainly publishing in the French language. We are operating with a moving wall. There's a 2-year moving wall, and thus there are, with the backfile digitizations and all the archives available, there are already more than 95% of our content that is in complete open access. So the way we work with the journals, and this is so we are not a publisher, we are really like in an agreement, a dissemination license with the journals, and we are producing their XML versions. And these journals, we have to consider this and all the work we have done actually are very, they are small and mid-sized journals, very independent journals led by researchers in their department and how do you know that the program they are working in. They are small presses involved in this, and it's like really small entities we are working with. So we are doing the XML markup for these journals, and we invoice the journals for this service. And then, on the other hand, if they are commercialized through the moving wall, there is money that is given back in a model of 70% of the revenues to the journals in order to sustain their activities. And all the other costs about technological development, maintenance of the platform, the services that we provide for the libraries, for the service and so on, preservation, promotion, we are doing this with other funds in this consortium. So the model is to have funds available through the members of the consortium, but also to do grant applications and to get public funding in order to sustain this model. And yeah, sorry, I'm just looking, where am I? So when a journal joins Iridi, they, in the current model, they decide about being already complete open access or operating with the 2 years moving wall. And when they decide to be full open access, that was, the old model was to say, okay, you have a business model that is solid and that allows you to be in full open access, so you don't need any revenue that is going back to you from the subscription sales. So really the journal chooses the way it wants to operate, and that's really like the key to what we try to do with this new project in order to see if we can look at the journals that are still operating with the 2 years moving wall in order to create incentives around that in order to see if they can change the model towards a more open access model. So I'm handing it over to Claire from CRKN now.